I'm Greg Dorman, co-driver for car 779 for New England Forest Rally. You watching presspass TV.
Hey, I'm Morgan Page. Welcome to presspass TV. Meet the Dunkin Rally Team's driver, Tim Penasack, as he prepares to race his Dunkin' Donuts car for the very first time at the New England Forest Rally. You'll find out about Tim, his WRX, and how the team works together in this next story that's brought to you by Subaru. Uncover your destiny and discover the legend reborn by checking out the 2008 Impreza WRX right after the story.
This is the production GT WRX. We run the production GT class. This car is a stock motor, has all the stock components associated to it. We have very few, we have a lot of restrictions on what we can do to the car. Basically, the theory is if they don't tell us you can do it, we can't do it. So this car, when it came off the dealership floor, it had an engine just like this. Now, we've gone through a couple engines, but it's exactly the same thing. It's in stock configuration. The gearbox is a stock gearbox. We can put limited slip differentials in it. Now, we have a performance engine control unit, or ECU computer in it, that makes the car run a little bit differently. We move the brake lines inside, we move the fuel lines inside, and things like that. But in general, this is just a stock running WRX. Come on over to the driver's side. So we got race tech seats. These are the latest and the most safest seats that we're running right now. They give us side-to-side protection, as well as we wear a Hans device that gives us front and back protection. We have a obviously a set of onboard gauge systems to make sure the car's running fine while we're looking at it. We have a shift indicator system to know when the optimum shifts are, and we have an onboard video system just for training purposes and for anything else. That's pretty much it. That's kind of the stock. It's a 16-point roll cage, tied in from front to rear, left to right, and in the back, the suspension on the car is RS and SP. It's out of Argentina. It's one of the top competition suspensions. And we're running Michelin tires, and as you can tell, speedline rims. So in the trunk, we obviously got a spare, a single spare on this event. We're running impact gun, some spare parts. This is we have a fresh air system that helps to blow the dust out of it, and then a high performance jack and some other safety equipment that we've got to run in the car. You'll notice on the side of the car, we have special installed pin style jack stands. So when we come into service, they can very quickly pull it up, slam the jack stands into the pin holes, and set it down, and we're ready to go. There's not a lot of fumbling on getting it underneath it. So on the co-driver side, he hasn't got much to hold on to. He holds the notes in his hand. He's got a Caralba Sea Giant Rally computer hanging here off the door. That helps keep the exact locations where we are, so that he can track against the route book that we're looking at, or the pace notes that we're driving through. A couple of lights when we're running at night, and just a 6-point harness to buckle himself in. I'm Tim Penasack. This is my car, and I got to go drive. Having Dunkin' Donuts come on board as the official sponsor is, it just takes the team and takes what we're doing to a totally different level. But in all honesty, it's a little bit stressful too. Before, when you're racing on your own dime and you're doing your own thing, well, if you crashed it, well, it all comes out of your pocket. Now you want to make sure you got a good show for, a good show and good presentation for your sponsors. So there's a little bit of anxiety about that, but not a lot, because Dunkin' understands the sport. It's an extreme sport. It's racing, and things happen. Sometimes you have problems with the car, or you have problems with trees, and cars and trees don't go too well together.
Can you hear him?
Yeah. Can you hear me? I am so focused on what we're doing, so focused on the road. That's the key thing, is being focused on the road.
It'll actually turn also and spin it.
We trained a good amount preparing for this one, getting the car set up. We spent at least 2 or 3 days, the last couple of weeks, up at the Team O'Neill Rally School, just getting the car shaken down and spending a lot of time driving it. So in general, you don't get to spend a lot of time doing that, but we ran the Susquehanna Trail Pro Rally, came back, practiced for 3 days, or 3 different weeks. We had a lot of practice time, so we actually got a significant amount of practice time. We want a good, strong, consistent finish. We want some strong stage times. Scott Putnam and I, this will be our first event together, but we're working real well in practice, and we worked real well in the shakedown. So our expectations is just, from a team performance point of view, is we're taking it to the next step. We're being able to do that.
You might see a red light on boost because we might over boost from the middle of the set.
The temp all the time. if the temp starts fluctuating, like goes to a negative and goes up, that just means the sensor's loose, so we're not worried about it. The plug on the harness is loose. When you bring a new co-driver like Scott on, you know, Scott's an experienced co-driver. He ran in the X Games last year. He's been around the sport for a while. I've been around the sport for a while. I know what I need from my co-driver to be able to tell me how to operate, and, you know, to tell me how the turns need to come. I need to understand that. So Scott understands that.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So it's not like I'm operating with a guy who's never driven before. We're experienced. We both have our ways of doing things. So all we need to do is figure out what's the perfect, you know, synergy, if you would. What's the perfect way to operate together? How I want him to read the notes to me, or you know, what kind of feedback I can give him to speed up or slow down or whatever the case may be. Obviously, the key red lights that if they start flapping off are the water. This event is the hardest, is the most roughest on cars in the whole series. The New England Forest Rally is the roughest, just because a lot of the logging roads are really heavily beat up. So we're looking for a real strong, consistent performance out of us. The car's set up great. It's you know, the Dunkin' Donuts car. The team has really put a lot of time and effort getting it running, and getting it not so much running as it is and getting in top shape. We went through, rebuilt the gearbox, did a lot of engine work on it just to clean it up, make sure that it's going to run at full run. You know, suspension is dialed in. We spent a lot of time at the Team O'Neill Rally School, dialing in the suspension, getting the brakes set up, so the car's in really strong condition.
In third place, co-drivers Scott Putnam and Tim Penasack.
How's it feel?
Good. Congrats, man. That's real good. Had a great run. It was really worth it. The car was in great condition. Thanks, man.
Nice work. Nice work.
Great time. Great time. The Dunkin' Rally car was in great condition.
You got a great team.
Great team. Crew. Dunkin' Rally crew kept it running. Congratulations. Yep. Great start. Great start to the Dunkin' Rally team.
The all-new Subaru Impreza WRX.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the story. For more behind-the-scenes action, check out PressPassTV.com or Rally-America.com. For everyone here at Press Pass TV, I'm Morgan Page. Bye.